Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be disassembling and working on a project involving a microwave. You'll get more information about it later, but for right now I'm going to throw y'all right into the disassembly of the microwave because to be honest, I didn't record anything beforehand and I really don't feel like recording a video right now as I'm sitting in my room at 3 o'clock in the morning editing this. Here's the disassembly.
This is what we want. Okay, that's the fan motor. The timer here. This is the magnetron transformer and the capacitor. This is what actually makes the microwave. This is what takes 120 to roughly 2,000 volts. When I just tried to take the lid off, whatever they used to make the frame of this is like fiberglass paint. So as I bent the metal, there were shards that flying everywhere, and got in my eyes. I'll saw the door off later, because to make what I want to make today, I'm gonna need the door. Now I'll keep that secret for a little while. So for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and try to take apart the rest of this, get all the components out. All right, so I've started to make the wave guider for the gun itself.
It was at this point during editing that I realized that I actually hadn't said what I was making yet. I'm sure the title gave it away, but what I'm going to make is basically a microwave gun, also known as a HERF gun. HERF stands for high energy radio frequency. And so basically I'm just remounting this microwave to shoot microwaves at whatever I point this at. So right now I'm making the thing that will guide the microwaves, so thus the wave guider. Sorry for that little confusion.
So what I'm going to use is this traffic code, obviously. And inside of it, I've put 3 round rolled strips of duct tape, and then I'm just going to cover the inside of it with foil. So then I'll stick the magnetron at the very end of it, so it'll guide the microwaves out of it at whatever I point at. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. To be king, you don't need a castle. To row back to shore and shore. So I not only vastly misunderestimated how hard it was going to be to do that, but I also vastly misunderestimated my temper. So I'm going to go and try to think of something else. So I've decided to try to staple gun the foil into place, at least while it's wide here, until when it gets back there, I'll try to figure something else out. Be a hassle. While you walk around with your head pulled down. Everybody's acting like I don't matter. Everybody's in the act. Too many of them to avoid it. Could be that I'm paranoid. I matter as a matter of fact. And you know, to be king, you don't need a castle. Alright, so I've gotten the first row down, and I honestly have no idea how to do the second row. So I'm going to try to brainstorm that. Alright, so I think I am actually just going to try to staple it all the way back. It's going to be a little bit rough, but I'm going to try to see what I can do. To row back to shore, can't shore be a hassle. Alrighty, so I cut a little bit off the end of the traffic cone to fit the end of the magnetron on. Now,
what I've heard from a lot of people who I explained this to is that the microwaves actually come out of this little like pointy bit coming out. But the thing is that's actually not the case. It actually just radiates from this, I'm not sure what this is made out of, but this gold looking foil and mesh around it. So yeah, so I made the hole big enough to fit the mesh in. So now basically what's going to be happening is magnetron's going to go there, magnetrons, or not, microwaves are going to go out, guided by the tinfoil at wherever I'm pointing. The rest of electronics behind that, and this is going to be an underarm, two-handed type weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and try to line the rest of this with foil, and then I'll cut there. Right, so it's so thin at the end of this tube that I think I might just be able to do one piece of foil. So I'm going to go and see how that goes. I might make the end of this foil. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, so in the end, this end of it can be foil, but the inside can be rubber. It'll still have the same effect as far as the microwaves are concerned. So it's still going to work. It's attaching the magnetron to the traffic cone, and I used some steel wiring that I had over there. Sorry, I'm going to attach it to the connectors on the side of the magnetron, down, around, and I cut a knock in the bottom of the traffic cone, and I hooked it around. I did that on both sides, and then I just put some duct tape over it just in case. I did some patching also on the tinfoil just to make sure the wave guider is more or less secure. I'm going to go ahead and try to improvise a body now. My intent is to hold it underarm with two hands. So I'm going to go and try to figure out how I'm going to attach a handle to this and how I'm going to make the rest of the body. I think I'm just going to have just a straight up microwave parts because I don't want to really get into wiring. So I'm just going to literally, this is just going to be a refitting of a microwave at this point.